Come on. Yeah. Come on, climb. Good boy. Lie down. Look at this. Oh, you're fun, thing. You are funny. Oh dear. Now then, here we are. Out in the mountains, look at that. What an amazing place to be. This is Dungeon Gill on my left hand side here, and I'm following the stream sort of up. Obviously not down in the gill itself because it's pretty gnarly down there. Not a place you want to get caught out. But I'm heading up through the Stickle Pikes. So I'm going to end up, I think, camping on the Pike of Stickle, which is just up round there. This one is Harrison Stickle. Got dog hair in my mouth. And I am out with the beautiful Blue, hey? Who all he wants is attention and something thrown for him. Now he's tapping the bag now because he knows that the drone's in there, so he wants me to get that out. It's not coming out yet, dog. We'll get the drone out later on. I'll show you how beautiful this place is. I've got sun cream on, I have got a bit of a sweat on, I've got my little skinny legs on, the runner's legs, that's what it is. Look, it's all there. I just used to miss leg day at the gym, although that was 25 years ago since I've actually been to a gym. So anyway, I've also got some new Daisy Roots on. I say boots though, look, they're more like a trail shoe, and I wear trail shoes probably 80% of the time anyway, so these are well comfy, made by Columbia, and they are the Fawcett 75s. I'll chat about these later on, and I've also got one of their waterproof jackets as well in my bag just in case, because the weather is sunny now but it is looking to turn. Anyway, what else have I got on? I have got a tight night t-shirt on, and I've also got a hard. Walk ahead of me. Ah dear. Right, let's bash on and get up there. Well, I've just dumped the bag back there because this is Pike How, and it looks like an awesome place to pitch a tent, but I just don't know whether there is anywhere I can pitch a tent, so I'm going to go check it out. Quick run, eh? Blast it out. It's just nice to have these places to aim for on other occasions, and I mark them all down. I've got my special little book for it. Anyway, let's have a look. We've got a bit of grass there which is almost flat. Fantastic view though. What a place. This is all a bit angled, and there we go. That is not a bad little pitch. Yeah, I reckon I could squeeze a tent in there. But look at the view. That is incredible. And then looking back there, I think that's the Dungeon Guild Force, so is it? Something like that. Awesome. Anyway, at least I can come here another day. Yes. Later. That'll do then, come here. Come on. He just wants to play. But going back to the sign on the gate earlier, you need to have control of your dogs. And if you don't have control, that sheep there is going to get chased for a very long way. And you've got a good chance of losing your dog in that as well. So make sure you've either got a decent lead, if you don't have a decent recall, and just close control. That's what you need. So I've got whistles for him, which is good because then I can gate for a distance. And then he won't do anything else until I give him another command. Go on then. I'll tell you what, it's quite a slog up here, but when you turn back, look at that view, just incredible. And if you look, we've got the tarn down in the bottom, that's Blee Tarn, and the little hill in front of that is Side Pike, and I did a video on that a few weeks back, which was small hill with a big view, and the view is of all what I'm going to be on today. But in the distance we've got Weatherlam, there's the old man of Coniston. What's that little point there is Swirl How, and that's the Pike of BLISCO. So yeah, pretty incredible place to be. Hey, but I'm not at the top yet. So some more sweating to be done. I am moving pretty quick though. Walk, jog. And I tell you what, these trainers definitely work well for it. Good grip, lightweight, comfortable cushioned sole, and that's a big one when you're pounding away on all these rocks all the time. Yes, it's just awesome to be out in it. It really is. You know, blue climb. Well, we just stood on the edge of Dungeon Gill, which just falls its way down here. There's a couple of really big waterfalls there, so I'm gonna head to the edge and just see how close we can get, and I'll film that for you. Leaving the bag here so I'm a little bit more agile, and I'm also gonna carry out of my bag my Zoleo, the satellite communicator, which when I'm out in the mountains, I'm making sure that I'm carrying this with me everywhere, just because if anything happens to me, as long as I've got this, my phone, and some battery power for both, I can send a message into those satellites way up there and then at least get some help, especially because it's got an SOS button as well. So anyway, get that safely deep in my pocket and we're gonna clamber down here. Go on then, Blue. Nope, we're going down. Well, we've got one waterfall there and there's another one I can hear just over this edge, but it's not a bad little pathway down there, so I'm going to just work my way down and have a quick look. Blue's nailing it. I'll tell you what, it would be good to have the old four-wheel drive. Not as easy with just our two feeble legs. Beautiful little place. You can just see it goes down that way as well. And I might just have a clamber down some of them rocks and see if I can get to the edge there of the waterfall. Well, we've just danced our way down those rocks. We've now come to an end point. We've got a little bit of a waterfall here, and that is a climb down, and I'm not willing to risk that. And it's not deep enough to jump into. And I think just around that corner there is where the main waterfall is falling down. So I'm a bit gutted I can't get to it, but maybe we'll access it from the other side at some point. Anyway, you ready, Bluey? Go on then. Go on, climb. He has it. I just need to take my time as well. Safety first. I say safety first. I think safety first is wrapping yourself in cotton wool and staying at home. But if I was to do that, I think this will quite quickly deteriorate into just a squishy mush, and I would not be a happy man. This excites me and this keeps me happy, so just got to be careful, look after myself as much as possible, and just take it all in while I'm here. Whoa. Come on. Well, we've just come out the top of Dungeon Gill and we've got Harrison Stickle there, which stands at 730 meters 736 meters above sea level, and you can see that is quite an awesome place to go up there. Very craggy, and I've been there before, but that is not today's mission. We are heading to the Pike of Stickle, which is just over there, and the reason for that is I am going to show you guys a 6,000-year-old axe factory. There were several of these axe factories found in this area, and it's because there's a special hard stone called greenstone, and once it's polished up, back in the day 6,000 years ago, used to make a perfect axe. And they've been found all around the country, down as far as Dorset and Cornwall, I think, and up in Scotland as well. So anyway, let's go see if we can find a discarded axe that didn't quite make the cut. There she stands, as mighty as ever. Even though a couple hundred meters away, she still looks amazing. Normally, you're on one of these mountains looking back at the Pike of Stickle, and you always think, wow, but quite dominant in this landscape, definitely. And what a view, just everywhere. Absolutely fantastic. Right, we have made it to the steps which go up to the summit there, but I'm heading down here. As you can see, it just falls off down there, load of scree, and obviously it's pretty slippy. So we're going to head down and find this cave, the cave where all the axes were made. Every axe in the world was made here 6,000 years ago. Let's do it. Come on, Bluey. Oh, that's better. Just out of the wind straight away. Oh, lovely. Right, before I descend any further, I'm going to ditch the bag and put a couple of snacks in my pocket, get a jumper on, and then at least I can run back up a little bit easier rather than carrying this probably 15 kilos on my back. Pretty awesome that though, isn't it? Look at the view. I mean, it's just these two angles cutting through it and then just allowing you to see through in that far distance. Just awesome. Awesome. Right, ditch the bag. Ah, the sunshine has come out for me just for a moment. It looks like it's getting quite grey over there though. It might be on its way back in again. Yep, there we go, that was it. Anyway, I've just come sort of, I don't know, 50 meters down off the top there, and I've come across this, and if you can see, I don't know much about rocks, but I'd definitely say that that would be green. So maybe that is the actual greenstone that they were mining for the axe heads 6,000 years ago. It's actually incredible to think about that. But also, if you look here, let's have a see. We've got some little sharp shards of it. So I'm guessing that's why. What's that one? Look at that. So straight away you could see that would definitely be able to be used as a tool. And obviously with a bit of flint knapping, as they call it, with flint, I don't know what they call it with greenstone, but you could definitely shape this into something that would be a brilliant tool. So yeah, I'm going to keep my eyes peeled, because apparently they found about, I don't know, 100 or so axe heads which have been sort of discarded because they've not been good enough. You know, they've actually not made the cut as such, and then they've just obviously chucked them and then started a fresh one. So I'm going to keep my eyes peeled, and I want to keep my eyes peeled on where I'm putting my feet as well, because it is pretty dangerous here. It's quite slippy, a lot of loose rock, and the rocks here, as I've just shown you, are very sharp. We're just making our way down. I can just see a bit of an opening there. That might be the little cave, the factory itself. So obviously there's more chance of finding an offcut from that factory beneath, I would say. Look at this. So here we are in a Neolithic axe factory. Get that. That is just honestly incredible. So I'm guessing because it is an arduous task getting up here or getting down there, that they would basically spend quite a lot of time here and mine the stone that they need, and then obviously shape it as much as possible so it's a smaller, lighter piece to then carry back down the mountain rather than taking big chunks of rock down. So I'm sure they would have spent a lot of time up here just making axes, which they could obviously use themselves, use as trading, and obviously, you know, if you were part of a settlement or a village or something, then if you come back with a load of axes, then that's going to be fantastic, because then you are going to increase production of that village, so helping your people out. It's amazing to think back and just, I don't know, that people were here doing that sort of thing. We have it so easy nowadays. It is literally ridiculous how soft we are compared. Hey Bluey dog, what do you think? Yeah, if I'd have been up here though, I'd have definitely had my dog with me. That would have been awesome, just to sit out, napping away, making my new axe. Not a bad view at all, not bad. So inside the cave then, I wouldn't say it's much of a cave because it is pretty small. I can touch the sort of roof there, so there's not much height with it, but I can stand up fine. And then on the floor here, we've got about 2 meters by 2 meters. So potentially a few thousand years ago, you could have maybe slept in here and kept yourself safe out of the weather, because it's very exposed up here. So it definitely would be a good shout as a little bit of a base. But I think this must have in it some of the actual greenstone itself, because there's a vein that runs all the way through here, which is like a fault in the stone. And if you look, let's have a see. So yeah, up here, you can see this here, it looks quite flint-like. So I'm guessing, look at that, definitely. It's pretty damn clever that these people, all that time ago, with the most basic of living skills and standards, could come up to a place like this, find a different type of stone, recognise that it has worth, and then manufacture tools out of it. I mean, it's pretty mind-blowing, is that really, to be fair? If it wasn't for these amazing humans that were surviving out in places like this, just so the community back down in the valley bottoms could thrive, we wouldn't be here. We really wouldn't. It's just amazing to think about. And if they could look forward to humans today, I think they'd be pretty damn disappointed. We are all just fat and lazy, and we're damaging our bodies, we're damaging our brains, we're damaging our DNA. I mean, come on, it is just not acceptable. It really isn't. All the hard work from all these people back in the past, and we are just failing, I would definitely say. So total respect to me great uncle times 1,000 John, who was sat here making axes, taking in that view, and allowing humans to continue thriving. Anyway, on that note, we are gonna go. You ready, Bluey? Come on then. Let's get back up there. I'm gonna go find a place to pitch a tent. If I make it back up there. All for the camera. That was ace. I absolutely love history, and something as cool as that, which is making axes. I mean, I've got several axes at home for the bushcraft thing, so I appreciate it as a tool. But yeah, just fantastic. But look at that. It's all good talking about history, but be present. Look at that, amazing. Wow. I'm looking forward to finding somewhere to pitch this tent. And I'm just coming to the top of the Pike Stickle now. Go on, Bluey. Well, I've just been laid about for the last couple of hours watching the clouds roll by, and it has just been blissful. I've chatted to a few nice people as well who've come to the summit, and they've obviously moved on to other summits around and about and then heading back down because it's getting fairly late and it's time now for me to pitch this tent. It's a pretty good place to pitch the tent there. The grass is good, it's fairly flat. The views are pretty damn spectacular all the way around there, but if I just take you over to the edge, and when I say edge, I really mean edge. Look at that. That just falls off into the abyss, and that is where the cave was that I visited earlier. Anyway, we need to get this tent up fairly sharpish because as you can see up there, the dark clouds are coming in, and it did give thunderstorms for tonight. Looking forward to it. There she is, the Terra Nova Starlight 1. Definitely one of my favourite tents, although she's rather petite. But she's designed to be that way because she only also weighs in at 1 kilo, which is pretty much nothing. So let's have a quick look. As you can see, as tight as a drum, always looks well, this tent. And then inside, there isn't much space, but if I just show you the bomb site in there, we've got a mat, which is a wide mat, and you've still got a bit of space to shove some crap down that side. And then the vestibule area here, which is where Blue's going to sleep, is where you can also cook. So it works, but it's definitely designed for lightweight backpacking, or maybe if you're on your bike and you're going to do some bike packing or something like that. Oh, I tell you what, to say it's the middle of summer, it's amazing how cold it can actually get on the mountains. So it just shows you need to make sure that you're packing the right kit, some decent clothes to keep you warm while you're up here, and a decent sleeping bag and mat. Anyway, I have got on to fight that, my leggings, and I pulled my socks right up underneath here as well, so my legs are nice and warm now. And under my jacket here, I have got my Mammut insulative jacket, which is the Eigerjock, I'm writing it there, Eigerjock jacket. And that is a really good lightweight one for summer use. And then on top here I have got this one, which is the Columbia, what's it called, the Mazama Trail jacket, and this is a waterproof one, and I've been wearing it for the last few weeks, and I've got to say it's pretty damn cool. It smells of smoke because I've sat round a couple of fires in it as well. But the cuffs are nice because you can see they just overlay the back of your hand a little bit, and obviously they're adjustable. What else is there? Waterproof zip at the front, and the inside material, it's quite interesting really. We've got this sort of hexagon shaped stuff going on here, and it's sort of like soft to touch. So when it's against your skin, it's actually not that bad. So if you were just taking a jacket for going in the mountains, but then you maybe just in the t-shirt, like doing some running or something, it might be a good shout just to shove in as an overlayer. But yeah, quite happy with this. And the lid on it, yeah, it is a lid. With a lot of the Columbia stuff as well, you can take it up and down without having to undo this. It just gives you enough space. And then at the back, as most jackets, you can draw it in there. We've got this nice little rain drip which just allows the water to run off. Yep, lovely colour, and I am happy that I've got it because it's going to be used quite a lot for me through summer. Should I go stand up and show you what it looks like? Let's have a look. Bloody hell, we've got an arrangement of sheep going on, keeping an eye on us, eh? They're always intrigued when you got a dog, they just want to come and say hello. Anyway, let's put camera down. Let's put camera down. Try get you to the right angle. You're still watching me, there you go. And there we are, we have the jacket. Looks pretty good, doesn't it, really? It fits me well, and the other good thing about it is we've got full zips under the armpits here, so you can let all that moisture out and get a bit of airflow if you're just hot and sticky but it's raining. Two nice pockets at the front, and we've got a draw cord as well, so you can just pull these in tight just to stop the air circulating and taking the heat away from you. Anyway, I think really it's time to get in there and make some dinner. I'm hoping I've got something nice to eat because I'm absolutely starving now. Blue is just looking at these lovely sheep and they won't keep the eye off him. Here then, Blue, come on. Good boy. Good lad. Look, they're still there. They just want to be your friend, Blue, that's all, but they're just a bit scared because you might chase them. He's waiting, isn't he? Waiting for command. Anyway, time for some dinner. I've just been up at the summit chatting to a subscriber called Johnny. It was really nice meeting you, mate, and definitely get yourself a van. He's camping up here as well in a Lanshan 2 Pro. So hopefully we have a nice night, although it's definitely going to rain. I've met a few other really nice people today as well, and in particular the one that stands out is this young lad from America who has come all the way over here to fulfill his dad's last wish before he died, and that was to be left to rest at the top of the Pike of Stickle. I mean, that is just the most wonderful and beautiful thing to do, and I just hope that I can have something similar done for me. I really do. Anyway, he came with his mum from America and his two siblings who are in the UK, and they've met up, come and done this trip, and they've hiked all the way to the summit. But the mum, Karen, who was a lovely lady, and his sister as well, they were struggling because it's quite a scramble on this last section. So I, after chatting to the two brothers, I set off back down and went and met them, and I said, I'm coming to help you get to the summit because obviously it's an important day for them. So I knew of a little bit of an easier route, so I took them round and slowly climbed our way up to the top, took some photos of them all for them, and then I just left them to it. But what a beautiful moment, what a beautiful occasion, and it was just really nice to be sort of part of that, just to sort of help them up. And yeah, so after they'd had their moments of appreciation of what this is all about, they started the descent, and again it's quite a tricky one, so I assisted with that and just helped them both back down. But what a wonderful day for them. The weather was fantastic, and just to be able to take in that view and lay their dad in such an amazing place, to have that view forever. So yeah, it was quite touching. And also she said to me on the way down, she said, I feel like you're an angel that's been sent to me today, just to actually help me get to the top and back down. So that made me feel good, and just as if you know, I was part of that. So yeah, anyway, let's cook some dinner. Oof. It's touching, is all this. Right, I do hope I end up somewhere like this though, 100%. Let's get some food on. I love stories like that though, I really do. It makes me happy being alive. That's what it's about, and just getting out and making the most of these moments. And obviously that is what their dad did, and that's why he wanted to be here. He's not daft.
Hey, you couldn't see it coming. You might have thought it, but you couldn't change it. Hey, it's not right or wrong. It's about trying, find the silver lining. Rain and fire, highs and lows, you name it. Cold and warmth, laughs and cries, you have it. The world goes by, and by the time it does, you missed it. You didn't see it, flew by. 'Cause time's not waiting for me or you. You will miss it if you don't catch it in time. In time. Say yes rather than no. Don't let your fears lead. Light is at your feet. Yes, regret is worse than failing. Keep the loved ones close, close enough. Rain and fire, highs and lows, you name it. Cold and warmth, laughs and cries, you have it. The world goes by, and by the time it does, you missed it. You didn't see it, flew by. 'Cause time's not waiting for me or you. You will miss it if you don't catch it in time. In time. In time.
Anyway, what we got for dinner? Let's have a look in my magic bag. We have got chili and rice, and I'm going to mix that with some more rice. We've got some whole grain and quinoa, or whatever you call it, I don't even know how you pronounce it. And I'm going to heat that up on the stove with a little bit of water, and then I'll have a cup of tea after that. Pop that on there. I'm just going to add a little bit of water as well, just because that rice will quickly soak that up. And I'm going to have to keep stirring. I tell you what, smelling that is making me well hungry. I'm excited. Hurry up. And once I've got this sorted and I've fed myself, I'll give Blue his dinner as well. It's nice to have this just to wrap my hands around to keep my hands warm. And it is not too bad at all, is that? Having a chili as well just warms you up. But yeah, it's just nice sitting and having these moments just to reflect on life. Think of all the ways you can make it better for you, but also for other people. And your dogs. Make sure you look after your dogs. He's so cute, look at him. Right, Bluey dog, are you hungry? Look at this. He's got his dry food in here, and he's got all these little tiny fish things, if you can see them. And there's a few pig's ears too. That and a wet pouch. He's gonna be happy too. Right, come on then, dog. Go on then. Made myself a cup of tea. Oh, Jesus, whip, that's hot. I think we'll just put that down a minute. Oh dear. Ouch. Anyway, I have got these boots here to show you, and these are the Columbia Facet 75 boots. So I've been wearing these, taking the dog out for quite a few walks. I've not really done any runs in them. They're not designed for running, but as you already know, I like to wear a trail running shoe, and that is because I come from a fell running background and I like to move fast. Boots slow me down, absolutely, and I only really wear them in the depths of winter. If it's wet, I'll just put a waterproof sock inside a trainer, and that keeps my feet dry. But generally, I like something that is lightweight and has a bit of flex to it. And I've got to say, this actually works really well. It's a mid boot, so it's not high and restricting my ankle movement. I can definitely run in it. If you look at the grips on the bottom, they are pretty decent all the way through there, and you don't have an indentation for the heel. I don't like that. This is way better, just having that flat surface, because I can feel better where my foot is striking all the way through. Also, look how wide it is. We've got a nice wide section of sole there, which also gives you a little bit more stability, and it fits my feet better. The sole itself, all that yellow section, is really thick, very well cushioned, and we've got quite a lot of twist with that, so it does allow me to run quite happily over some pretty rough terrain and still have a very comfortable feel with the boot. We've got a good set of flat laces which have not come undone as yet, so quite happy with those. And also at the back, look at this. You can actually get your finger, even 2 fingers, to pull it on. Often they put these on and you literally can't even get hold of them. So again, just something that makes it just that little bit nicer. So I'm going to use these through summer and completely batter them. Go for some runs, just see how they are for a bit more long distance running. Not that they are really a running shoe, but I like to make sure that I can run in something like that. And I always get people commenting saying, oh, you should be wearing boots and this, that and the other. But for me, I can't run in boots. So if I was out with you and you had an injury or something like that, if I can run off that mountain quickly to go get help and save people, it's a no-brainer for me. So I always will be wearing something that I can run in. And that's the main reason why I like them. Anyway, I'm going to actually put my woolly hat on because it is just getting cold. It really is. The light is now fading, and I'm going to sit back and hopefully drink my cup of tea that's at a decent temperature now. Yep, that'll do it. It has been a real pleasure today. It's been nice meeting some lovely people. Great just exploring, looking at some of the history of humans. Just fantastic, absolutely fantastic. Anyway, tea time, lay this lug, we'll see you in the morning. Morning, flowers. Well, that was quite a wild night, really. I was woke up a few times with the rain battering against the tent, and obviously it's fairly windy as well. It's just died down a little bit now, and I've not yet looked outside, but I'm pretty sure we're going to be clagged in. Hey dear, we were all right though, weren't we, dog, eh? Anyway, I'm going to sort myself out. I've got a snack breakfast, nothing major, and then yeah, get all this stuff put away and back off this mountain. I'm just waiting for a break in the rain to break out of here. I still don't know what the conditions are like, barring I can hear the wind and rain, but we'll get it open in a minute when I've got a window of opportunity to get out there. Got my waterproof on though. I've not put my waterproof bottoms on yet, but I have got them to hand. Let me just show you. These are my waterproofs in a tiny little bag. They're a running set of Innovate waterproofs, so they are super lightweight and perfect just to shove on just for a quick shower like this. But I'm planning on running down the hill, so I don't really want to have the bottoms on. Stop, please stop. Right, it's that time. Let's get out of here. Go on then, Blue. Wow, that is pretty damn windy. Yep, hood up straight away. Right, let's get this tent put away. Leave no trace as always, and make sure you know which direction you're heading off the mountain, because it'd be quite easy to go somewhere down like that, and we all know that is a cliff. Anyway, let's go. The doggy's waiting. There's the summit. We're heading back down here. Go on. Wow, what a difference. The weather up there is absolutely insane compared to dropping down onto the leeward side of the mountain, and there's barely a breath of wind here, so it is actually nice and I can breathe again. Anyway, if you have liked the video, give it a big fat thumbs up. I've thoroughly enjoyed this one because it's just been great just to do some exploring. I've met some really lovely people, and it's just heartwarming, all this getting out and just enjoying it all. There's nothing about it that doesn't make you feel good, even in this weather. Anyway, if you'd like to contribute towards the channel, you can buy me a beer in the buy me a coffee link in the descriptions, a few other links in there as well, including to the different kit that I'm wearing, this jacket, the boots that I've shown you as well, also to the tent that I've been using, and loads of other stuff. So just check out those links anyway. So from me, hold on, and the beautiful blue, we are off into the pea soup. We'll see you on the next one. Take care.